Hello lady killers and man-eaters, this is Identity from FillwithSkill.com. The following video is a short guide on how to build a base which cannot be looted by other players and guarantees the protection of your loot for you and your teammates. This means nothing else that any raid attempt to take your hard collected items away can't be successful as long as you store your loot in the specifically designed core in the heart of your base, the so-called safe. Best thing about this strategy is that you can create such a core with very little effort. Even one player alone can achieve this quite easily, as it needs only a few constructions for maximum effect. This is how the final core of your base will look like. To achieve this kind of build, you need essentially only 2 ground tampers, 1 deck foundation, 1 metal gate, 1 big shelter, 1 big upper layer shelter and 1 metal door. In order, however, to reach your own safety room or safe, I recommend to build another small shelter, 1 lower staircases and 1 upper level staircases. I farmed this myself within a duration of 4 hours. This, however, included a planning and execution phase. The total amount of time needed for this kind of build can be shortened, therefore, significantly. The reason why this kind of placement is unlootable by any raid coming into your base is the fact that there is no way for enemy players in reaching the door on the upper layer big shelter. They can't build anything as the ground underneath is belonging to your base, and the latest patch made sure that nobody can build new constructions near your base, and because the way you are taking to access this shelter and your treasures within can only be used by the players who have access to open and close the metal gate. Building this base requires the following steps. First, use 2 ground tampers to secure the base level of your new growing base close to each other and as precisely aligned to each other as possible. Second, build a deck foundation near the edge of one of those ground tampers. 3. Place the metal gate as shown in this video in the middle of the deck foundation. I recommend to do it opposite of the stairs which lead on your deck foundation. 4. Place a big shelter next to the metal gate. When placing the shelter, make sure that the metal gate is opening in its direction, as shown in the video, and not to the other side. And of course that it is halfway mid-air. 5. Place the upper layer shelter on top of the big shelter and make sure that the big shelter is sticking out of your base over the second tamper and that the entrance now is in free air. 6. Secure it with a metal door. 7. Place a second small shelter and the stairs on the other side of the first shelter and make sure you can use the shelter in combination with the stairs to jump on top of the metal gate when it's closed. 8. Remove the big shelter on the first floor. 9. Last but not least, place your storage containers in the very far end of the big shelter on the second floor. If the flying player cheater problem gets fixed in future, I highly recommend to put those storage containers on the top of the shelter instead of the inside, as long as there is no way implemented on how players can get there legitimately. Accessing your safe can be on the first tries a little bit challenging or annoying. Then again, your loot is 100% safe, and this little bit of inconvenience is a little price to pay for that. After all, you can keep some basic loot in a normal place in your base. This is how you're accessing your safe. And as always, if you find this video interesting, informative, helpful, or simply entertaining, please feel free to tell your friends about it and follow me on YouTube and on my YouTube channel and as well as on my Twitch account. This is Identity from FillwithSkill.com. Thanks for watching and always remember,